It is Thanksgiving today, and local charities and food banks are working hard to put meals on the table for those in need. But many are raising the alarm about rising food insecurity. Some food banks say they are seeing double the number of visitors compared to last year. Charities across parts of Canada reporting more and more people being forced to choose between rent and food. Food Banks Canada says 1 in 4 Canadians is facing food insecurity. With me now is Trevor Nicolle, a volunteer at St. Paul's on the Hill Community Food Bank. And Trevor, thank you very much for joining us, I imagine, on what is a busy day for you.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. We appreciate the support, of course.
And you were at the food bank on Friday just before Thanksgiving. What was it like then, and what has it been all weekend long?
Well, Friday was exceptionally busy. I mean, typically we have between 30 and 40 families, sometimes 50. On Friday we had over 114 families came in who needed assistance, and this is not just a seasonal problem or a holiday oriented problem. This is something that we encounter 12 months of the year, but at this particular time of year, we do see an influx of need, and the support we get within our communities is really important to us, and the help that we do get.
And how worrisome is it? I mean, you're in Pickering, which is a suburb of Toronto, considered middle class. How worrisome is it that you're seeing demand rising?
Well, you know what, Roger, it's not simply about about the local community. It's we're dealing with refugees, with asylum seekers, with homeless, in addition to the folks in our community who need assistance. When I first started before COVID, we had maybe 30 or 40 volunteers. Now we have over 104 volunteers who are working just as hard. I'm one of many. We have a director who's relentless at serving our community, and she refuses to throw in the towel. Friday is a real an eye opener when you see so many families in need with inflationary pressures, with a shortage of food, and it's a significant problem that we have here in the GTA, in particular at this time of year.
And is there any one thing that forces people to turn to the food banks, or is it a litany of concerns?
Well, you can't really even pinpoint one thing. Everybody who does come to our food bank does qualify. We do have to validate, income and the need that they do have. So it's not one thing in particular, whether it's somebody who's out of work or alternatively homeless. On Friday, oddly enough, I had a client come up to us who we served 3 or 4 years ago, and he said, "Trevor, you have 2 big bags of food," and he says, "I'm going to give this back to the food bank because, 3 years ago, you helped my family get us to where we are now, which is in Belleville. They moved out of the GTA and they wanted to give back." So we are making a really big impact on our community, and people really do appreciate it. But we do need the support of our local community. The local grocery stores, whether it's Derek's Independent, No Frills, Metro, Food Basics, we get a lot of support. But the local community is what is the heartbeat of the food bank, with donations that we do get. So we really do appreciate the support and the awareness that you're helping us build with a problem that we do have in our community.
And you mentioned you have a cutoff income line. What is it, and are you seeing people above that coming in for help?
Well, occasionally we do have that problem, but we are very strict with our screening process. So I do believe below the poverty line right now is $27,000 per year, if I'm not mistaken. Please don't quote me on that. But we are seeing people who are coming in. They're working at the local, whether it's one of our local Home Depots, for example, and they can't afford to put food on their table because of the cost of food and inflationary pressures that we're encountering, and it doesn't offset. So people are coming in, and we welcome them. We said, "We're here to help you. We're here to serve you," and we do everything we can
Okay.
with a high level of dignity to help these folks, because that's what we're there for. I'm one of many volunteers who do what we can to help the folks in our community, and we're here to help, and that's the message that we deliver every day that we're there.
Okay, Trevor, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for everything you're doing.
My pleasure. Thank you for your support.
Trevor Nicolle is with the St. Paul's on the Hill Community Food Bank in Pickering, just east of Toronto.